Now, the biggest problem with a lot of these firms, right, whether you're in insurance, selling final expense, selling life insurance, selling ACA policies, whether you're in roofing, solar, HVAC, any of these lead generation businesses that need consistent lead flow, all revolves around the quality of lead you're driving to your business. The lower the quality of lead, the more dollars you're wasting, and ultimately you can't close, you can't make any sales. So it's very important that your lead quality is top tier. Now, you can go through other methods, right? You can hire a call center that are cold calling leads, but that's not going to guarantee the lead quality is going to be with high intent ready to purchase. You can outsource to email marketing, but how many other firms are spamming cold emails as well? There are a lot of copy and paste, like you can go through other distribution networks, but the truth is that business that's distributing leads is also sharing those leads across not just your firm, but also other agencies as well. So in this video, I want to share with you the exact process to set up a funnel that's going to allow you to pre-qualify leads and what software to utilize so that you can disqualify users based off conditional logic. So with that being said, let's dive in. Now, as you can see here in this diagram, we have our pre-qualification funnel. In this, we have conditional logic. So what conditional logic means is you have a set of questions, and in these questions, based off the responses the prospect gives, we can disqualify user if they don't meet our criteria, right? So this could be budget, this could be if they don't have a need for our service, this could be timing if they're not looking to purchase a policy right away or get work done on their roof for solar or some sort of roofing service that we're providing. This is what conditional logic is, right? We're using questions to pre-qualify users, and based off their response, we disqualify them accordingly. Now, we have progressive qualifying questions, right? So as I covered, like budget, need, time, urgency, you can go a step further here, right? So the more questions you tack on, the more layers you're adding for barrier to entry. And it's good because we don't want spammers, we don't want low quality leads. So an average quiz form, you're looking at 10 to 15 questions, right? And with that, you can also add another layer where you're adding a 2FA SMS authentication factor, right? So where users have to verify that their phone number is legit. So that's kind of the benefit of progressive qualifying questions. Now, the landing page, right? The landing page is good because it needs to validate what your offer is, and you want to see congruency from when the user finds your advert or ad creative from, let's say, a Facebook ad. They click onto the next step, they land on the actual landing page. We want to validate trust by sharing social proof, by sharing testimonials, by sharing customer reviews, case studies, so on and so forth, so that when the user is scrolling to learn more about what our offer is and how we help individuals in their need, the social proof validates our offer is legit, right? So it gives users more of a reason to share their information with you. So it's very important that there's congruency from the creative, the messaging, to the actual quiz form and the landing page they're landing on, right? So that when they scroll, the social proof is there to validate what our service means. And ultimately, it's just another step of lead nurturing. Because ultimately, if we want to have a high intent user that's ready to purchase, we need to nurture them. Very rarely do we see a user opt in from the first advert or from the first link click. Typically, it takes them to view the advert 3 to 4 times, clicking on the landing page more than once, filling out the quiz form, and then from there actually closing. So we want to make sure that we're nurturing our leads properly. We have the backend email sequence drip in place. So for example here, what this drip lead sequence looks like is immediate follow-up via email and SMS right after they opt in. We're covering objections from common pain points around budget, time, etc. And this is sent 24 hours after opting in via email. Maybe 72 hours after opting in, we're seeing social proof, case studies, testimonials. And then on day 5 after opting in, we're sending a last chance offer. So this is all part of our lead nurturing sequence so that if a prospect is qualified but they don't close right away, we're constantly hitting them up to close within that 5 to 7 day window when they're least or when they're most likely to convert. And ultimately, this all comes down through automation. Now, if a prospect is qualified, they're going to have high intent to close. Why? Because first of all, they clicked from the creative to the landing page. They went through our 13 to 15 question lead form, and as a byproduct, they gave us their phone number. So this is a unique lead that is willingly giving us their information to learn more about how can we help them, right? So this is different than the other models I was talking about. This is different than your cold calls, your emails, your referrals, your in network, right? You're paying somebody else, because this person is willingly giving us their information to opt in, and they want to learn more. And based off the questions and the responses, there might be a chance where they're ready to convert right then and there. Now, as far as tech stack and ultimately what does this look like? Well, if you use Metaforms, the quality on that is it's terrible. Versus if you're sending traffic to an external landing page and you have a decision tree in place, right? You have this layer of progressive questioning, and as a byproduct, you're giving users a reason to disqualify them, and if they are qualified, right, you have the next steps in place. This is the next level. This decision tree is what allows us to pre-qualify users at a very higher extent versus using your generic metaform. If you use your generic metaform, you only have 7 to 10 questions. Maybe you have conditional logic, but you're going to see a lot of bots. You're going to see a lot of spammers. With lead hooks, with this internal system, we have the ability to add even more questions, to add 2FA SMS authentication, and see how complex this may look. This is the layer of authenticity that allows us to filter out poor leads from very high quality leads. And it's very easy to consume because ultimately this takes less than 60 seconds to fill out. So we can even add more layers to this to increase the filtration if we're seeing a lot of bad leads come through. But this beats out Metaforms because it's not native to the platform. So this gets rid of spammers and bots, because if you use Metaforms, they're going to run into bots. It's inedible. Now, with this, people have to click off to the landing page, click to the next step. They're getting nurtured, they're seeing the social proof, and then they're opting in, right? So this whole funnel in itself is going to allow you to increase the qualification stage. What we see typically is this is going to increase your close rate on agents' calendars, right? So if you're not utilizing this right now and you want to utilize this, you want this setup into your business so that you're not relying on third-party vendors, you can check out scalevelocity.io. You can book in a call directly with me, and I can show you the exact pathway to implement this for your business.